Invite our Honorable Premier, Ms. Nomsa Dube-Ncube, to give us some responses and commitments. Over to you, Nzwakele.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson, Chief Whip. I wish to acknowledge the Speaker of the Provincial Legislature, Honorable Boyce, Deputy Speaker, Honorable Mthembu. I wish to acknowledge my colleagues, members of the Executive Council, the honorable members of this legislature, our Auditor General, Ms. Maluleke, as well as the AG team, the Director General and other senior managers that are present here, and all of you, ladies and gentlemen. We do wish to take this opportunity, Chair, to welcome the Auditor General's input, but also the doorstop that the Auditor General is doing to our province. We welcome also this opportunity to engage on the Auditor General's roadshow on Municipal Finance Management Report. Having interacted with this report before and having made our commitments, that one of myself, MEC Cocta and MEC Finance, we do wish to assure the honourable members that indeed all the matters that have been raised are the matters that we have taken cognizance of. As the Office of the Premier, we really view this engagement as a commitment by the AG, but also from ourselves, to this clean and good governance that we talk about all the time. And we share the Auditor General's view of ensuring that we endanger the culture of accountability, the culture of ensuring that we work according to the performance that we set for ourselves. And indeed, the challenge has been that one, that the lived experiences of our communities are saying something else, that trust deficit is saying something else. If we are to look at the resources that have been deployed, if you were to take over the past 5 years, the resources that have been deployed in local government vis-a-vis what you have to see on the ground, it's really something that you can't even imagine how a kind of situation happen in our wards. But we have taken it upon ourselves that probably one of the areas that we need to be looking at as well is the institutional mechanisms. Because in the main instance, how the institutions are built and how they are made also talks a lot in terms of who accounts, at what level do you account, and when do you account. As a result, you'll find that if the MEC, for instance, of Cocta was to ask for a report from a municipality, she'll get one report. The MEC Finance will get a totally different report. Legislature will get totally different reports. And these are some of the things that we've picked up and we've said, if we are to really get to the bottom of what is happening at the local government space, we also need to close rank so that anybody who needs to account know that you have to speak in one voice from the top, and all of us, even including the mayors and the councils. And in this case, you would remember that councils also have an executive authority in terms of how the municipalities is governed. So you cannot excuse members of the Executive Council or the members of council as a whole in terms of what goes wrong in those municipalities. So we do want to say that of those municipalities that have improved, we are, as you correctly said, that we need to ensure that there is no complacency. In terms of those ones that did not do right, we have set ourselves with MECs that we are going to be meeting with those various municipalities in different categories, where we will also invite the AG to come at those meetings like we've done before, so that we take each other through, but also we get to understand from those mayors as to what is it exactly that is making things not to work. And we are hoping that from such engagement, we could begin to also understand what is it that needs to be, intensified in terms of the support. We do also agree that there has been somehow a problem in terms of our interventions at the provincial level, and that a lot of intervention do not yield the required results. And probably because you intervene not where you are supposed to be intervening. And that's one area we are looking at now, again, as to whether if we intervene, when you send one ministerial representative in the municipality who's not even an accountant, who's not even an engineer, and that person is supposed to support the whole of that institution that has got infrastructure failures, financial failures, administrative failures, you're also setting that kind of individual for failure. And we need to be looking at the holistic support if we are to really yield a positive results. And of course, the issues of performance management are a serious matter within local government. We have identified that. We have also spoken to the DG at the Office of the Premier to say probably it's about time that the Office of the Premier does play its role in terms of the Constitution, because it does not help to play small, but also it does not help not to exercise what the laws say the Office of the Premier should exercise in terms of its own oversight, whether that one of municipalities, whether that one of government departments. But also what we've experienced is that government in the main instance, even the Office of we're too much internally focused, and we're not externally focused to understand who are we serving and what are we serving out there. And those are some of the things that we have discussed with the Director General, and we are putting systems in place to ensure that indeed we do respond to that. The issue of poor management at a local government level, it does also becomes a problem in that, yes, we might have legislation that says who must be employed at the senior management level, but in many instances, you'll find that there are leakages and there are people without the requisite, capabilities that get appointed in critical and in crucial positions that are not able to deliver on what is expected of them. So we do welcome this interaction, but also from our side are saying that we have identified some of the weaknesses, and we are going to be reviewing some of our interventions and looking at how we position ourselves. But we would like to, as we engage with the AG previously, we would like to see the MIs starting to bite. I know that you would flag the MIs and you'd wait for the response, but those flags to me already say there is something that is not going right. And if we were to follow up on those, you would find that there's a lot that will come out of those MIs. So it's one area that I believe perhaps when we meet with the municipalities and the AG, we will really start to delve in that, because the Ages Amendment Act was aiming at really getting all of us to get to the bottom of a situation where nobody can escape the law. It's not just a matter of issuing the report, but it's a matter of consequences as well for things that are not going correct. And probably for us, it is something that we would like to work closely with the AG. we have discussed with the two MECs the matter of delineating between the roles, but also complementing each other instead of competing with each other between COGTA and finance department. And because of, I always say this, because of a very strong COGTA, you find that, other departments tend to, have to fall short on their own areas. You talk to supply chain management, a number of other irregular expenditures. MFMA is very clear as to who's supposed to deal with that and how we should be dealing with that. But the department that is charged with that does not have the microscope in terms of zooming into those areas. And it's some of the things that we have identified. Of course, the use of technology is one area that we do believe that it could also bring us closer to getting things right, because it will eliminate a lot of human error, but it will also provide some kind of transparency and ensuring that papers don't get missing and. So I know that there's a huge resistance to the use of technology because people know that once you use technology, it could be easy for the AG or for the MEC at any given time to look at that dashboard and be able to see whether there is progress or lack thereof on matters that we would have discussed. So we do want to say we have analyzed the reports. We think we understand where we need to come in as a provincial government in terms of what the law requires us to do, but also in terms of the proper intergovernmental relations that must be in place, and recognizing that all of us are here to serve the communities, not to play, watchdogs or to be a big sister or big brother to each other. But we need to ensure that at the end of the day, those monies that are appropriated at the national government level, they are for the use of service delivery. And if it doesn't happen, then something must happen to those, and there must be consequences. So we really want to appreciate Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity of also engaging us and bringing us so that even in front of the legislature and the AG, we articulate those commitments that you can now hold us accountable for. And we can promise that we will do our best to ensure that we improve the financial governance and discipline in our province. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Honorable Premier Nxumalo, for your responses and commitments. At this point, honorable members, before I invite Honorable Maggie Govender to do a vote of thanks, I must indicate that our AG is accompanied by a huge delegation, a very powerful delegation. Our AG, Miss Tsakani Maluleke. And thank you so much, AG, for your excellent presentation this morning. I do also want to join other oral members to concur that we really appreciate the support that we get from the Office of the Auditor General as the province of KwaZulu-Natal. It's something that we have to appreciate it. But I think that I must have to introduce the delegation as we come to the close of the meeting. I think it is important to know who is here. The AG is leading a delegation of the following officials from the office of the AG. First, we have introduced our AG of the Republic of South Africa, Ms. Nsagani Maluleke. In our midst, other members and officials, we have Ms. Mabato Sedikela. You can raise your hand. Oh, next to the AG. Thanks, Ms. Mabato Sedikela. Next to Ms. Mabato, we have Ms. Vanya Maharaj. Can raise your hand. Next to Ms. Maharaj, we have Ms. Nomalungelo Mkhize. Next to Ms. Kabazela, we have Ms. Merusha Votha. Next to Ms. Merusha, we have Mr. Kabiso Madlala. Next to Mr. Kabiso Madlala, we have Ms. Fezega Baliso. Ukon. Or you can just raise your hand. Next to Ms. Fezega Baliso, we have Ms. Penny Ramvedisi. Penny Ramvedisi. Thank you so much. And next to Ms. Penny, we have Ms. Lerato Pure. Next to Ms. Lerato, we have Mr. Harold Maloka. Next to Mr. Maloka, we have Ms. Winile Mzobe. Next to Ms. Mzobe, we have Mr. Sanele Lala Kabate. Next to Mr. Lala, we have Ms. Ndogozo Khoza. Oh. Oh, next to Kaula. No, you're right. Bengithi kusekulula yini kanti sekukapakela ngakuwena Mhlonishwa. No, thank you so much. Yes, Miss Ntokozo Khoza Mkhathini. This is the delegation from Nzuza. Kubhala uKhoza la. Nzuza. Oh, okay. I think maybe it was a mistake from our officials. We apologize for that, Miss Nzuza, Ntokozo Nzuza. Thank you so much for that. I thought it is important to acknowledge you because you took your time as well to accompany the AG. So therefore, it was important. All members, let's give them a big round of applause. We also did acknowledge Commissioner E Bacus, delegation yakhe as well from the Public Service Commission. In our midst here, AG, we started with the Public Service Commission. Let's also give them a big round of applause. They are still with us. Then lastly, let me then invite Honorable Maggie Govender to give us a vote of thanks on behalf of the Legislature of KwaZulu-Natal. Honorable Maggie Govender, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. To the Auditor General and her team, on behalf of the KwaZulu-Natal Legislature, would like to extend our heartfelt appreciation work that you do and for the very good working relationship, AG, that we have with your staff here in KZN. They are an excellent team. They work very, very closely with us, providing support to SCOPA as well as portfolio committees. So we really do want to thank them and they enhance the work of oversight that we as portfolio committees and the standing committee do. We get detailed briefings from the Office of the Auditor General. The AG's office is able to pick up issues that may bypass us, so that assists us. And we find that when we go to meetings with portfolio committees, we are well armed and well briefed, and that is much appreciated. I want to also thank you, AG, and your team for being available, almost like on call, when we need assistance, when we need clarification, all of those kinds of things. It's very good. As I've said previously, our weak heel right now is the municipal arena. And the speaker has highlighted the fact that we have to find ways of strengthening oversight in this arena as well, whilst being mindful of the separation of powers and different mandates that are executed. But, you know, the bottom line, as we always put it forward, is that the province does release funds to municipalities. And as Honorable Nkosi has said, the municipal report is tabled in the legislature. So we do use that opportunity. We would like to be strengthened further, but thank you very, very much for coming here with your team and providing us with further ammunition to do our work. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Govender, for extending a vote of thanks on our behalf. Honorable Premier, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, officials present, we have come to the end of our meeting, and therefore, unless there are announcements, Honorable Speaker, we are in your hands. If there are any announcement other than that, I think we have come to the end of this meeting. Any announcement?
Akho kuyogeza amanzi ngasekhaya la imali ayikho. No. No, there is no further announcement except to remind members that have not yet confirmed their attendance of the Freedom Day that they only have until today to confirm, because we don't want to do emergency booking. Asinayo le mali yenu ye-emergency booking. That's all that we want to say.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, Ms. Boyce. Honorable members, we have now come to the end of our meeting, but there is also an announcement that as we are all requested to move outside, where the honorable members who are present with the Premier, the Speaker, and MECs, we will be taking a picture with the AG and her team, and thereafter we'll also take another picture with the Commissioner, Bacus, and her team, and then we are done. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Siyabonga.
Thanks.
Thank you, Chair.